Digging around. I got my spade, I got my hoe, I got my rake, and I'm ready to go.
G'day and welcome to Spring in WA with the Garden Gurus. I'm Trevor Cochran. We have got a brilliant program packed full of local gardening advice, just what we need for WA. Here's what the team's got for you this week.
Today, I'm going to show you how to get the best results when repotting your patio and indoor plants.
Today, I'm going to be talking to you about spring cleaning around your home and how to keep your drains happy.
G'day, today I'm going to show you the incredible world of mass composting.
An efficient and effective irrigation system is one of the great time savers of the modern era. All your lawns and gardens will be watered to their optimum requirements without the gardener having to do a thing. Much better than dragging a hose around, splashing some water about and hoping for the best. But like most things, an irrigation system needs to be serviced and maintained. Broken sprinklers need to be replaced immediately so as not to waste water, and it's important to replace like with like to ensure even watering. Mixing different spray heads will cause uneven water application and waste water. If you're having an irrigation system installed, make sure the contractor lets you know what type of emitters are being used and where you can source replacements from if required. Given that the weather fluctuates and changes throughout the year, it makes sense not to view the programming of your irrigation system as a once or twice a year job. Adjusting the station run times and the days of the week that the system runs can save huge amounts of water. Now, modern controllers are easy to program and some can even be managed from your smartphone or tablet, making the whole job even easier. Not everyone will have the knowledge, the physical capacity, or even the desire to manage their reticulation system themselves. A water-wise irrigator, on the other hand, is fully up to date with all the latest innovations and products and will happily make sure your system is operating in the most efficient manner possible. The best time to water is in the early morning, when the water can soak into the ground and be available for your plants when they need it most. Always turn your system off if rain is forecast or install a rain sensor, which will do the job for you automatically. Water that is saved during rainy periods is water that is available to us when the weather is hotter. A well-designed and correctly installed irrigation system can be a gardener's best friend. Following the advice or employing the services of your local accredited Waterwise irrigator or Waterwise irrigation design shop will ensure your system is well maintained and correctly programmed, saving you water and in the long run money. For more great Waterwise advice, go to watercorporation.com.au.
If you want to bring birds into your garden, you've got to provide them with a food source, and one of the very best food sources you can get are banksia. Now there's lots of different types. They come in different sizes, some small trees through to beautiful compact shrubs like this ashby here. Now,
One of the biggest trends in the home garden industry today is growing fresh, healthy food at home. So much of our produce is treated with insecticides and fungicides, and we try to avoid that wherever we can. We find the simplest way of growing our repeat harvest greens is in pots. And we use this, which we call our little micro patch, to help us along the way. We harvest from here every single day. Of course, the secret to this easy care system is in the potting mix. There's no way we could grow healthy plants in a cheap, low-grade mix. A Bailey's mix is made of the best natural ingredients that have been carefully composted and blended to achieve the perfect porosity and aeration. Zeolite, a natural rock mineral, is added to assist the nutrient and moisture holding ability of the mix. The powerhouse behind the blend is the inclusion of controlled release fertiliser. A 3 to 4 and 8 to 9 month blend means that the plants are fed on a daily basis. This will ensure optimum growth with a minimal amount of effort. GrowSorb is also incorporated. This high-quality wetting agent ensures water is easily absorbed and provides good re-wettability. Bailey's have been providing high-quality products to the horticultural industry for over 4 generations. Their potting mix is used by the leading professionals and it's respected for its quality and outstanding performance. When you choose the right potting mix, it's not just your veggies that'll be looking good. House plants, hanging baskets, patio plants, they all thrive on a quality mix. Keep an eye out for the Australian standards and the big red tick.
I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I love compost. I think it's one of the great resources that we have. And you know, there's only one thing I love more than compost, and it's the way the SMRC can take mountains of stinky, disgusting rubbish and turn it into over 20,000 tonnes of life-giving, soil-replenishing compost every single year. And it all starts here with the humble green top bin, filled with all that unsavoury stuff that we can harvest from our households. From our bin, it is transported to the giant waste facility at Canning Vale. And there, through accelerated composting, the fervour of trillions of bacteria churn through the stinky waste and they magically turn it into this amazing compost. And it takes as little as 4 weeks. Composting this way, the SMRC can proudly boast turning over half of their green top bin waste into this wonderful product. And better still, diverting it from landfill means it does not release methane, which is 24 times worse than CO2 as a greenhouse gas. But the success of the program really comes down to you and I. That's what comes out of your green top bin. And so the decisions you make at home will make a massive difference as to whether we make compost or landfill. And so to get the system to really hum, there are some really bad things that we need to keep out of that green top bin. The first is broken glass. This stuff renders compost unusable and dangerous, so please just drop it in the yellow top bin. The same goes for all plastics. Plastics make lousy compost, so please stick this stuff in the yellow top bin too. Keep out anything that would be toxic. Basically, if you wouldn't want it in the soil that you use to grow your food, then leave it out of the green top bin. That means batteries, fluoros, chemicals, and other hazardous wastes. They have no place in the green top bin, and they really have a home at the household hazardous waste section of your local tip. In a world swimming with so many different products and possible waste items, yeah, it can be a real struggle to know what goes where. The good news is the Recycle Right app and website gives you heaps of different ideas on where to put that waste, and it can even give you ideas on how to reduce that waste in the first place. There is also the household waste calendar, which is delivered to you each year, and that should take pride of place on the fridge where you can check out items as needed. So the Green Top Bin story is one where you can play a starring role, helping to steer it to ever greater rates of recycling and composting to make for a greener and a cleaner WA.
When it comes to planting trees at home, take into account the full size of the tree. Trees like WA weeping peppermints are planted all the time in backyards with not a lot of room, but they end up growing great big trunks, and you want them to do it because it looks fantastic. So just make sure you give them enough room.
Being a professional landscaper means I get to use and test a lot of different garden products. And over the years, there's only been a handful that I'd happily recommend to other gardeners. One of those products is definitely Soil Solver's Clay Plus. And today, I'm going to meet a gardener who's also discovered the amazing benefits of this completely natural soil improver. Lisa, you've got an amazingly interesting garden. Thank you for inviting me here today.
You're welcome.
Now, I believe you grew up learning gardening in that beautiful, rich, loamy soil over in Victoria.
I did in the volcanic plains of Western Districts. My father and mother were gardeners, and you would just put something in the ground and it would grow.
Now, that doesn't work quite like that here in WA. I'm sure you found that out now.
I have, after many years of especially not being able to garden in summer, where everything just died.
And then you discovered Clay Plus. It's made gardening work a lot better for you.
This year was the first year I've been able to grow my veggies all over summer and still stick to that 3-day watering period.
Fantastic. Can I have a look at these veggie beds?
Pleasure.
Okay. Clay Plus acts like a concentrated form of loam, containing clay, silt and rock minerals. Combining it with existing garden soil and mature compost will transform gutless, infertile sand into rich, healthy loam that all gardeners strive for. The balanced formula includes minerals and trace elements essential for healthy fruit and veggies and strong-growing, disease-resistant plants. So these are really cool veggie beds, Lisa. I love the look of this soil.
Thanks. Yeah, it stayed moist all summer and the plants didn't stress and then nothing bolted to seed.
Well, that's the benefit of having loamy soil rather than just sand. You know, the moisture stays in the soil where you need it. And I guess with your leafy greens, you would have had nice lush foliage and not seeds all the time.
I did. It was really, all summer. It was fantastic and I wasn't here to look after them and it was really good.
Well, that's an excellent result. Well done. Prior to discovering Clay Plus, Lisa relied almost entirely on homemade compost for soil improving. Although she produced large amounts of top quality compost, the benefit was short-lived and the compost rapidly disappeared from her soil. Now, Lisa, your garden, especially a productive garden, is proof positive that the silt and mineral-rich clay in Clay Plus makes all the difference. And as you found out, compost, no matter how good it is, on its own, it's just not enough.
Oh, the Clay Plus, it made all the difference this year.
Well, thank you so much for having me around. I bought you a little gift. It's a bag of rock minerals.
Thank
Add
you.
that to your compost, you'll have even better results.
Wonderful, thank you.
It's springtime, and if there's one thing I love doing this time of year, it's going to my local Waldex garden centre and browsing the shelves for plants I haven't discovered or things that I wanted for my garden but just couldn't find anywhere else. They have an enormous range of plants, including the rare and unusual to find varieties. Let's face it, all this retail therapy can be pretty taxing, and from my point of view, taking some time out to sit back, relax and enjoy the environment with a really good cup of coffee is a very important part of a visit to a quality garden centre. And this garden centre here, Waldex Stirling, has the brilliant Blue Lotus Cafe. You've got to check it out. Coffee's sensational. The cafe selects the best coffee for their customers. In this case, a Sansa, which is roasted daily by their coffee aficionado to ensure the all-important freshness required for a great cup of coffee. Now, the chef here, Scott Green's got a pretty good CV. He's worked in some of the top restaurants around town. No wonder the food is so good. Hey, Scott, how you going?
Morning.
Now, mate, what have you got here for us?
Oh, this is a 180-gram Angel Bay beef burger.
Angel Bay beef burger. Is that one of the most popular meals ordered here?
It sure is, yeah.
What would you sit back and relax and enjoy doing when you're getting a break here?
A cup of coffee and a cake, probably.
Yeah? Good coffee?
Nice coffee, yeah, really nice.
And the cakes?
Cakes, we make our own cakes.
What's this one sitting here?
This one's a apple raspberry rhubarb tart with almond short crust pastry.
Look, I really enjoyed you being along here and everything else, but just leave them with me and I'll do my best to demolish them for you.
Nice one.
The fresh food movement is massive in the restaurant and cafe industry now, and nowhere more so than here. It is, after all, a garden centre. Why not grow your own fresh ingredients? And Waldex set up a herb and veggie garden on site for the cafe to utilise, ensuring only the freshest and tastiest ingredients are used for the customers. No wonder they love it and keep coming back. Now, the thing about Waldex is it's true to its mantra. All the coffee grinds, the scraps from the kitchen, they all end up going into the compost bins that make the compost that goes to grow the veggies and the herbs that they use back in the kitchen. It's sensational. Blue Lotus and Waldex plants are not the only reason you drop into one of their 4 metropolitan stores across Perth. They have a kids' playground, the store is pet-friendly, yes, you can bring your dog along for the outing, and they have a heap of brilliant inspirational ideas in the centre. Things like living wall options. Or maybe you could be just like me and sit out next to the pond, enjoy your coffee and cake, and just people watch. Now, I've just spoken to Chris, the boss here at Waldex, and he's got a super special deal if you're going to pop down to the Stirling store and visit the Blue Lotus Cafe. For the next week, doesn't matter, could be breakfast, could be morning tea, lunch or afternoon tea, you will get 10% off if you mention that Trev sent you down or that you watched it on the Garden Gurus. How good is that? Absolute gold. If you're looking for brilliant gardening advice, one of the best places to go is your local botanical garden. That's what they're there for.
Winter's gone and spring is here, and we're thinking about spring cleaning our homes and our gardens and making sure that everything is in good working order. Well, that's not to say you can't look after your water meter. You need to make sure that it's clean, clear and safely accessible to the people that come to read it. There are some pretty simple rules about keeping your water meter clear and accessible. You need to make sure of a space of at least 30 centimetres on both sides of a metre and 1.2 metres above. Obstructions such as falling leaves should be removed and any shrubs and trees should be kept trimmed. You need to keep all these things in mind when you're doing any new landscaping, raised garden beds, brick paving, decking or retaining walls just like this. If clear access to your water meter can't be obtained, then Water Corp will ask to remove the obstruction. If you don't do it, they may well remove it at your cost. You can check your water supply for leaks at any time. If you have children, this could be a great job to get them involved in. It's simple, by making sure that all your taps, water-using appliances and reticulation is off. Take a meter reading and then 2 hours later, check it again to see if the reading has changed. If it hasn't changed, then no leaks for you. But if it has, there may well be a leak. So you should contact a licensed water-wise plumber to investigate. Have you ever heard of an overflow relief gully? Well, all houses have one. And it's a wastewater drain that's designed to safeguard any blockages and flooding inside the house. So if there was a blockage, wastewater will flow outside your property rather than back up the drains and inside. So it's pretty important to make sure that the drain is clear of all leaves and obstructions from plants, garden beds, pots or paving. We don't often think about our wastewater once it's gone down the drain, but we'll certainly know about it if it starts flooding back inside. So it's a really good idea during your spring cleaning regime to make sure you check your drains and check around your water meter as well. If you're unsure about reading it, go to the watercorporation.com.au website to find out all the information you're going to need to know.
Do you know where I am? I'm on the edge of the most beautiful city on the planet. Now, this particular space is completely unique. The parklands and gardens here take up over 4 square kilometres, over 1,003 acres of land. Back in 1697, the first European explorers moved up the Swan River and discovered this spot and talked about it. Of course, to Aboriginal people, they've known it as Marookatta for a long period of time. They love this place, it's sacred to them, and it should be sacred and special to all of us. It is, of course, Kings Park, right on the edge of the most beautiful city on the planet, Perth. September is a particularly special time in this place. It's wildflower season, and the botanical collection of plants here is like nowhere else on the planet. And this is the very best time of the year to see most of them at their best. It's believed there are 324 species of local native plant species growing here, almost 15% of the total amount of plants found on the Perth sandplain. Kings Park and Botanic Garden has undertaken the responsibility to conserve, develop, manage and display collections of West Australian and other flora. And this is your opportunity to discover the incredible wildflower displays of this time of the year. Is there anything more West Australian than a beautiful red and green kangaroo paw? Here's what's coming up on 9 News. In the meantime, I'm going to admire these guys. The Botanic Garden is stunning and it's home to a collection of over 3,000 plant species from different parts of the state, including those magnificent boabs from northwestern Australia. My favourite place to visit though is Rowe Gardens. This is a 2,200 square metre area dedicated to a collection of plants found from the Gin to north of Shark Bay and east to Dalwallinu areas. The region is typically covered in low shrubby heath known as quangan, which has no canopy, and these plants are able to withstand incredible extremes. Months without rainfall at all, blistering heat and incredibly windy conditions. But in springtime, everything changes. Now, the Rowe Gardens have some beautiful plants to check out. The early ones are things like this smoke bush. The conostylis are absolutely gorgeous. Verticordias, this one's called Columia. It's absolutely stunning, smothered in yellow flowers. We've got black kangaroo paws, Schultzias, thryptomines, banksias. There are so many gorgeous plants that will just get better and better and better as we move further into September. You've got to make sure you check this garden out. One plant you have to check out is the new kangaroo paw. It's a paw developed by the team here and named in the honour of the 50th anniversary of the Botanic Gardens. And it's worth seeking out. It's a large, robust, bold-flowering kangaroo paw that should be available soon for home gardeners to grow in Perth as well. The Rowe Garden is located at the far end of the Botanical Garden. A lot of people never explore this far, so they don't discover it, but it is absolutely stunning and well worthwhile taking a little bit of extra time on a beautiful spring day to come here and explore what is just a truly special, almost spiritual experience. It's so nice to see a successful transplant. About 8 years ago, we transplanted this one up here into Kings Park. Do you know what it is? It's a West Australian Christmas tree, Nutsia floribunda, sort of semi-parasitic tree that's very, very difficult to transplant successfully, but this one's really taken well. Now, next week, we're back with a brilliant program packed full of great local West Australian gardening advice. I look forward to seeing you then for Spring in WA with the Garden Gurus.